Yang versus Goki. Okay, here we go. Just gonna go right into it. Oh God, there's no music. All right. Okay. All right. So that was a bad dive kick. Okay. So what you're gonna it seems like the general
I,
pacing of this is that he's not really worried about your movement. So he's just going all over the place, right? So
right.
you gotta refine your game plan a little bit because you're trying to catch him while you're doing stuff that you would do as Yang. Uh, and you need to not do that. So once you kind of get a sense that, oh well, he's moving freely, which from my perspective he kind of is, like he's not respecting anything that you're doing, right? So on wake up he just tatsus, right? So that means that you should recognize that he does not respect your play. So if he doesn't respect your play, you need to slow things down even more, right? So that you can catch him doing something because of his lack of regard for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
But
yeah, I got that. I think first I was a little rusty because it was like the first match of the day, but yeah, and I
uh,
forget it's FIFA himself, so he's gonna be aggressive as well. But
yeah,
yeah, I
so
was not.
like right here, this dive kick, right? You threw him in the corner. Like you should know that this situation does not set you up to be plus to do anything, right? So
I should have done the dash there
yeah, I wouldn't even
actually.
dive kick, like, right? Because once you dive kick, what does this serve? Knowing that you land about the same time that he wakes up, you're just
Ah,
kind of
right.
putting
Yeah.
yourself into a mix-up, right? Because he doesn't care what you're gonna do, so that means that you're at the mercy of the RNG, right? Unless you are planning for him to do something stupid like wake up Tatsu. Like you could dive dive in and then just parry, high parry, but like what if he went low and then did it, right? So it's uh, one of the concepts as you go higher is the wasted movement, right? Or moves that don't really uh, give you a big return for your investment. So this dive kick was one of them. All right. So okay, you block. I wouldn't advise to parry demon flips. So look on defense. One of the things you can look out for is blocked. Right. The moment you block, you want to see whether or not he cancels into a demon flip. And if he cancels into a demon flip, you can either neutral jump or back jump or something, but do not, because you're basically allowing for a mix up to take place if you're saying I'm gonna parry, right? And then you can't even punish most of the time. You have to like get the right punish when you do a parry. So this is an unsafe decision. This choosing to parry,
Oh,
right? Okay, okay. Should get some punishes there. So it seems like you're kind of like this sequence has a lot of to do with you're trying to do stuff, he's trying to do stuff, and when you put the two together, he just ends up winning, right? So like that fierce whiffed, like were you trying to just hit him with a fierce, or was there anything
yeah, I
behind
tend
that?
to use Fierce either as punish or neutral. It's
It's not
kind
a
of
punish, first of all.
well, okay. That I guess that was neutral at that case. So
Yeah, like this is not a punish to anything. It's just I
no,
think this is
no.
gonna hit, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that's a. I think it's not even like
yeah.
a punish. No.
So in cases like that, you probably don't want to do things one-offs that if he just parries, you're going to eat a lot of damage. And if he's in the air, you're going to eat a lot of damage. But if you're right, you fear him, right? It's not worth the trade-off. That's something you'll have to consider too. Like whenever you pick a move to do something, you're gonna have to have more meaningful value behind that move for you to commit to that move. Because every move has some inherent risk, and that stand fierce has a lot. So there's
Yeah.
there's like a higher level concept where depending on the move and depending on the circumstances, you can actually gauge what would normally be its default risk, whether it's lower or higher, dep- uh, like in the situation, in that particular circumstance, you are confident that it is inherently lower risk than normal, right? But in that particular case right there, that was not one of those situations. So uh, assess the risk versus. So yeah, that you do not want to ever low forward jumping Goki. You're free to dives, you're free to fireballs. So just erase that from your arsenal completely. Never try to low forward a Goki when he's jumping in on you. Like it's Ken but worse.
Oh.
Alright. Oh, what was that?
What's up?
Don't leave. Leave right now, please.
Are we doing VOD review?
We're viewing.
Nice.
So you gotta jump in and you gotta parry, but then you tried to throw him?
I must have stuttered here. I probably was either thinking launcher or heavy.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to get your punishes down, because I mean, it could be launcher or it could be stand strong into to Rekka or Mantis,
Which, yeah, that's.
but certainly not throw. Because if you if you were jumping in, putting yourself at risk to jump in, and then your best punish is a throw, then you need to reassess how you do your jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those dive kicks are not safe. Like right here, a dive right here is not safe. It's not a good dive to do. Just be wary. Early commit with light dive, because he can see it and just like smack you in the face. So, all right, unsafe dive kick, and that fierce, no good. Again, never try to anti-air somebody with a single hit. Like it's just, I mean, they're jumping, right? They're gonna try to
Mm.
parry. In this case, he tatsu'd, but I mean, it lost to the tatsu anyway. But don't anti-air somebody with a single button that they can just parry, and then you're free to eat whatever they decide to eat. See, another situation. You got the parry, but nothing came of it. So, just don't parry. Okay. All right. Do you know all the slash properties between when you're free to teleport and when you're not? If you could do things afterwards.
Uh,
So, do you know if that was a light slash you did at the end or heavy slash? Do
I
you
would have to
change your
check that again. But like, if I was in neutral, I was probably using a heavy slash. Yeah, and I know the properties that like heavy slash, a little bit worse than light slash, unless I did like a second light slash with
Yeah,
him.
that didn't
Those
look
being.
like a light slash, but you can't
Mm.
teleport. So, this 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 slash right here into teleport, like
Oh, that.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just not uh, same thing
That's
as
why I always have to
earlier.
end with light slash, right?
Yeah, so you just gotta get a better feel for when you should teleport, when you should not teleport, um, when you should dive in, when you should not dive in. See, you tried to parry there and got hit. Okay, bad mantis. Okay, one hit button. He messed up the jumping combo, but yeah, I mean you could have easily died there, hitting that medium kick. All right, so that was pretty scrambly. I mean, you took a whole lot just to do one pixel, but yeah, a lot of mistakes in that moment. All right, crouch roundhouse. I don't know what that was, but you got to refine your anti-airs a bit. Okay, okay, nice block. That's not a thing. Like
Okay.
like
Okay.
blocking and then EXing. That's a hard read, right? Because you are not plus to do that. So maybe you're reading a backdash, but if you hit a button, that EX Mantis is not gonna beat it out. So not a thing. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that medium kick was. You're using light kicks at a time where it doesn't need to be used. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Back throw. Okay. That's out of range. Block. Oh. Okay. Went for it. Okay. Interesting round. Went my loop. So that medium kick is a mistake. He blocked. Uh, light stand short with no meter behind it. I don't know what that was. Maybe an accidental kick from a throw. All right. Two, two mantis. Try to confirm your mantis. So if the first one doesn't hit, don't commit more, because light mantis, the first hit is the safest one to do. So work on that. Okay. You're not plus after a mantis to do crouch medium kick or crouch short, I guess. Um, eh, uh, going back to him not really respecting anything you do, so bear that in mind. Uh, you're not gonna get like these uh neutral block strings into another attack because he's gonna say it's my turn now. So keep that in mind. Okay, that was good. So right here, like once you get into the corner, you really want to focus on keeping him boxed in. So right here, I mean, don't overextend. Certainly don't whiff palm. Um, okay. So the concept of keeping them boxed in is pretty important. Okay. Block. Oh my god. Okay. More blocking. Needs more blocking. Okay. Just okay. Okay. Good. Nice. Taunt? No. That's
I should have done a jump in.
yeah. I
I
mean, you threw it away.
I have a problem where if I stun somebody, my brain turns off, so I can't get the correct punish. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. All right. Okay. Uh, don't punish with stand fierce. Okay. Oh my goodness. Too many dive kicks. Don't do that. You want to be a bit more paceful, methodical. Um, okay. Another attempted air parry, right? You tried to parry here, got hit, right? It's just don't parry as an anti-air. Either anti-air or maneuver yourself out of that position, because not it's not a thing. So this is not safe. After you UOH, which is a bad UOH by the way, you can't do anything from that UOH. But don't attack right afterwards because as the defender, if I see a UH, I'm gonna parry right afterwards every time, pretty much. Because you're not, it's not plus, so there's really no reason for you to do that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You tried to hit a button there, I think. Got hit by crouch round. Yep. Another another stand medium kick. Yeah, I don't know what those are, but remove them from your neutral game. Like the medium kick is okay as a ranged move if they are passive, but not if they're aggressive. Okay. Again, anti-air with a parry. See, it's just remove that from your brain. Don't try to parry people's jumps. Like even if you're successful, it's right there. Even if you're successful, it's a negative EV thing to do. Do you know EV, expected value? Lock and wake up.
Oh. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so EV is a expected value. It's basically a type of quantifiable numerical value that you assign to any particular decision you make. It's applicable for things that have some type of risk versus reward. Um, so pairing somebody's jump in is very negative EV. Uh, so that's augmented. So EV is augmented by, of course, what kind of reward can you gain from it versus how much punishment can you take for getting it wrong. So it's something to consider. All right. So just forget about anti-airing people's jump in. All right. Round start. Super jump dive kick. No good. Be a bit more paceful with your strategy. Like this is a round start super jump dive kick means you have no regard or no expectation of what your opponent's gonna do. Like like why did you think this would work out in any case? Like what would you gain from it?
If that's a genuine question, I guess I don't know actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean you're just basically saying let's fight, right? They're putting yourself at the mercy of who's better in a scramble. Because I mean, this is not it's not advantageous positioning for you, and you just found yourself in the corner very quickly, right? Um, so one of the things is if you're gonna do something, you kind of have to have some expectation that your positioning isn't compromised, right? So if you are looking at I'm gonna super jump dive kick in, that means you're expecting your opponent to be backing up at the start, right? He dashed in.
Oh.
So you guys trade spots, but the pushback and then he fights and then suddenly you're cornered. Right? 4 seconds in and you're essentially cornered. Um that's something you have to be a bit more methodical about, a bit more paceful, grounded. Stampier's no good. Um Jab's no good. I don't jab in neutral. I usually just jab as jab EX if I am being offensive, but not like a neutral scramble. Like none of these positionings will give me a jab. All right. Again, parry into nothing, right? So
Oh.
we've hammered that down, right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So keep him cornered. All right. Nope. All right. So just better reactions a little bit. Okay. And the thing is, if he's playing fast and hard, it's hard for you to, as presumably as the weaker player, to work on your timing because he's moving faster than your expectations. So you're kind of caught in this I have to catch up type of situation. I have to catch him type of thing. Oh, single hit anti-air, no good. Um, so uh, keep that in mind. Just play slower, press less buttons, get a feel for their movement. Did you see that? That was like three jumps. One, two, three. Like that's way too
I
much jumping.
I recall that moment. I was trying to chip him out of dive.
Uh,
I probably should have done slashes instead or something like that.
okay. So again, be more paceful. All right, one more, because we're starting to find the patterns of all right. All the matches start to blend in together. So single hit anti-airs, pairing anti-airs, single hits in okay, so that's good. All right, bad dive kick. You recognize that, right? Because of the spacing.
Let's see.
This dive kick will
Yeah,
never let you
there it
combo
is.
into
Yeah.
anything unless you like raw super afterwards or something. But this essentially allows him to put you into the corner, right?
Right.
That's what he did. Sorry. All right.
You're good.
Block on wake up. Block on wake up. Okay. All right. Take the throws. That's fine. Okay, you jumped out. Okay. All right. That was a methodical sequence, right? You blocked, you blocked some more, and then you're like, all right, I think this EX can disrupt him. It's a far away enough range where the EX will hit if he hits a button or dashes in. So that sequence in a vacuum was good. All right. Okay. That didn't work out, but that's fine. Um, but keep that in the back of your head real quick. All right, well, okay, punish, good. All right. So I think it was right here. You did UOH, right? Nope. Right here. Nope. Where is it? Oh, oh, further, I guess. All right, over here, right here. UOH. All right. So UOH only works if you have a decent expectation that your opponent is being on defense. Like they're worried about what you're gonna do. UH does not work if your opponent does not sit still. Like he can walk back, he can walk forward, he can jump, he can just hit a button, right? So it's sort of like throws. Throws work because you are expecting the opponent to be blocking most of the time. Throws will not work if they just raw DP, right? So you have to think about that when you are pressing your buttons because it's important to know what you expect your opponent to be doing and then assess whether or not that makes sense to you. Like you UH there. Have you conditioned him enough to be blocking for you to have a reasonable expectation that your UH will work? Let alone, we're
Uh-huh.
setting aside any type of reactions that he might have. We're just talking about the rationale behind the UH, right? I don't think that you have controlled him in the corner enough to say that you think that your UH will hit. So that's why he jumped, right? Because it's FIFA. He's just gonna do whatever. He's not really respecting your play. And to be fair, he doesn't need to respect it because he probably thinks that he's the better player. And in terms of catching you, you're having a hard or catching him, you're having a hard time doing that, right? Like, the patented FIFA. Get reset, just parry. All right. Okay. So again, parry. You got it, and then you threw him into the corner. All right. So that would have been bad if he quick rolled, by the way. Okay. Right? He didn't, but it would. So that fierce is no good. He could have punished, right? Dive kick, no good, because you essentially just allowed him an escape. Let me work on that dive kick right here, right? Okay. So that was lucky, by the way. This crouch medium that shouldn't have hit him. Like this, I don't think he tried to jab there, but you got this, right? So this is a bad dive kick because again, just like that UOH, you had to have a reasonable expectation that he's not going to hit you out of this in some way, right? And he just threw you because why wouldn't he? Like, are unless your dive kicks are so good that it gives him pause. You have to kind of reassess. Just assume that all of your dive kicks are shitty until you get a time where it's not shitty. So if they're all shitty, he doesn't respect any of your dive kicks, which means they have a less chance to work until you refine them. What did you think you were gonna do with this dive kick? Like
Uh,
generally, I'm sure you don't remember this exact
Lord.
situation, but normally,
Yeah.
what are you trying to do here? You EX'd him, and then you whiff dive kick in his face. What are you trying to achieve?
I guess it would have to be between Zampu, either Zampu crouching LK or launcher in one of those aspects. But I see now within the range, throw is just super easy there. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so your dive kick has to be like out here if you want to do crouch light kick, right? And have it be safe. This is too close in. All right. Um, uh, you are combine. You're saying that you want to combine two moves, right? Just think about dashing, right? Yang's dash is pretty slow. Would you ever dash in and then low forward while your opponent is free to act?
No.
That's essentially what this dive kick is. This dive kick is your
Uh,
dash, right? Would you ever dash in and then launcher? I mean,
well,
that's slow as
obviously.
fuck, right?
Yeah, right.
So for that to for that doubled up sequence to work, combining two moves together, dash and launcher, for that to work, you kind of have to expect that your opponent's not gonna do anything in that time frame, right? Same thing with
True.
this dive kick. I mean, it's less bad than a dash, but the concept is the same. You're trying to combine two actions into one while your opponent you're not really regarding what your opponent is capable of doing, right? Like
Yeah.
so that's why your second hit never comes to fruition because you he's free to act. All right. Okay. So single hit, anti-air, no good. All right. That's fine. All right. Last round. Okay. Okay. All right. No good. So it's like the pacing of this particular round. It's like two guys who just got a bat, right? They each have a bat, and they're like meeting on two opposite sides of a field, and then they're coming into the middle, and they're just swinging. And whoever has the better swing or the better bat usually comes out ahead, right? That's how I felt this entire round was. This particular round right here, round three. I felt like neither of you really had a game plan to beat the other person outside of I'm just gonna fucking fight it out. Um, like there's no regard for either player's uh movement or action. It's just I'm gonna try this here, and it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. another another dive kick into throw. All right, so right there, he did the same thing. He did that stand medium kick. That is not safe. You just happen to not throw him, right? So he
Right.
did your dive kick into Zenpo, except you didn't throw him out of it. Like it's all right. So yeah, you guys are just fisticuffs right now. Uh, it's just I don't know. All right. There was really nothing to glean from that last round other than the pacing, right? And neither of you are being mindful of the other person's pacing. So, um, rewatch this archive at some point, and then kind of kind of work it out. Um,
Oh, I will. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. I will play Quiche some more. So I'll talk to you later.
That was a nice vibe review.
All right. Uh, this, this.